What up, everyone? Welcome back to Blade Bias. Don't worry, the Blade Bias Marathon at Ties will still continue, but I have a lot of packages here. I've got this one, I've got that one down there, I've got the stuff I got at Blade Show right there that I need to cover. So I'm going to be interspersing it in between all of the content that I already had backlogged. I would love to just go through the backlog, but that backlog is going to go until late June, and this stuff I want to get videos on out now. So we're going to split it up a little bit. The timeline's going to be a bit confusing, but it's after Blade Show. The stuff from before Blade Show will still be coming out. But yeah, I just got back from Blade Show. I'm going to do a video talking about it. Don't you guys worry. It was a fantastic time. But for right now, I'm actually a little bit more excited to check this thing out. I have a package here from the Stupid Company, which I don't know why Static makes that his business thing, but... Oh, Static, did you give me stickers? Oh my god, he gave me stickers. No way. Is that everything? Yes, that's everything. Yo, look at these stickers. So Static Knives, actually, I have a history with Static Knives. This is the guy that modded my squid trainer to have bushings. And he makes a ballast song called the Icarus that I got to try at Blade Show. Wow, this box is awesome. And it was really, really good. And I told him that, and he said, yo, I've got the new channel version. I want you to check it out. I'll send it to you. So now I have this for about a week, so I'll make like 1 or 2 videos on this, and then I'll send it right back to him. This isn't mine, but I am still very excited to check it out. The channel Icarus. Oh, no way. I thought it was just going to be a silver one. Holy shit. I thought this was only going to be a channel one. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. We got a 3D printed insert here. This is for extra hardware, but he didn't include that with this because, you know, it's not mine yet. But, wow, that looks amazing, Static. Holy cow. So I tried one of these at Blade Show. Someone actually tracked me down to try the sandwich version of the Icarus. And I really liked it. But I did have a few problems with the way that it curves at the end here. So I'm actually really excited to try this out so I can spend a little bit more time with it and more gather my thoughts. But let's just give this thing a flip. I mean, technically it's new because this is the channel version and the one I tried was sandwich, so... Wow, that sound. Do you hear that ringing? Wow, there's not even any speed channels to that. So let me just get... Static did send me a spec sheet, which I'm going to just pull up really quickly so I make sure that I have all of this correct. This weighs 3.85 ounces, so 3.9 ounces-ish. It's about a standard size, if not maybe a little longer than most ballast songs. And it's got a light handle bias running on bushings with a recurved harpoon blade and is made out of aluminum 7075. Handle finish options include dual tone splatter anno in 5 colorways or just a clear silver, which is what I thought I was going to be getting, but no. Oh my gosh. This flips incredibly. The one at Blade Show, I think, I'm trying to remember now. It flipped really, really good, don't get me wrong. But it had a little bit of trouble, like, starting fans. Maybe I was just not used to it at that point. But this seems to have gotten rid of that completely. This fans amazingly, but is still, like, still has enough of a handle bias to it to allow you to do tricks. And I'm not noticing these ends of the handles as much as I thought that I would. Okay, this thing is very sharp, so keep an eye out for that. But this thing, when I tried it at Blade Show, I had a really hard time choker fanning it because you have this that starts, it's a pretty aggressive angle. So the angle takes up quite a bit of the end of the handles, meaning that you have to grip it pretty kind of far down on choker fans, meaning that this will stick out into your hands a little more and it kind of mess you up. I'm still feeling it a little bit. I'm not able to choker fan it as well as I would really like. But at the same time, this feels a lot better than the one at Blade Show did in terms of the ends of the handle. So maybe it was just the fact that it was sandwich, or maybe I just didn't get to spend enough time with it at Blade Show. But wow, that ring. It's just a bell. That's awesome. Wow, that sounds incredible, Static, especially for a channel design. I don't know how he did that. It looks like we've got the same hardware, or at least the same screws that like the Medusa uses. I mean, we can check that really quick. If we just... Oh, I'm comparing the screws. Yep. Looks like we got the same screws that the Medusa and Pusa uses. So that's pretty cool. And then this thing just like, it flips awesome. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like, you know what it feels like? It feels almost like if my Nemesis didn't have so much weight at the end of the handles. Because like you go to Z-choker it, or not Z-choker it, you go to 0G chaplain it, and it sticks to your hand so well. But then you fan it, and it's like, it's got enough tip weight. Which thank you, Pyro. I met Pyro at Blade Show. Not for the first time, but the first time that I really talked to him a lot in person. And he told me that I've always said that things have like a flat fan. Like the handles and the blade form like a T. And Pyro was like, yeah, no, that's just like tip weight. Like that's just what you're talking about there. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that's cool. I now know that. It's got a pretty good balance to it. I would say it's slightly handle biased because of how well it's handling things like 0Gs and rollovers, but then it still fans and choker fans really well. Damn. Static, how much for one of these? Dude, I am in no position to spend money right now. Absolutely zero. But like, I really like this. Holy cow. Especially with this anno on it. I've always liked the Icarus. I've always loved the look of the Icarus since he started showing it off. I actually became aware of the Icarus through a situation way back in the early days of me in the Balisong community, where the One had cloned Static's design and made, it was called like the Vulture or something, which was really ironic given that they vultured the fucking design off of him. But yeah, I became aware of what it was through that, and then ever since then have just absolutely loved the look of it, because it was the first Balisong that I had personally seen that has these like these handles that like stick out like this, and I love the design. It might not be the best for flipping. Like I said, choker fans, you do kind of have to grip a little higher up than you're used to, but I would take that any day for the way that this looks. Like the way when you close it, they come together. And then you open it and it creates like this design that leads your eyes right into the channel. It's like, whew. Or I guess not the channel, the handle gap. And now this anno, it's very well machined. It feels good all over. It's got chamfers right here, similar to like something like the Impusa that ends towards the ends, which also could be the reason the choker fans feel a bit weird, I guess. Ooh, 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 I like this a lot. I am in no position to spend money, especially since I already have my eyes on a special something that we'll talk about in the Blade Show video and maybe in a future video. Oh, I want one of these. At the very least, I could put it on my to-buy list for when I actually do have like a really solid income. And by really solid, I mean like any income whatsoever, which should happen maybe this fall. I don't know. Oh, I think I'm gonna put this on my buy list, Static. There is one other thing that trumps it right now. And like I said, we'll talk about that in a future video. Because I will be in possession of one to show you guys. Because I found a new Grail at Blade Show. And if you watch my streams at all before I went to Blade Show, you probably know what it is. But this flips incredibly. I really, really like this. Because, like, my eyes have kind of been opened to the Impusa. So the Impusa flips really good, and I really do like it. But I just, like, I can't really rip on it like I really want to. And I can't rip on my Kraken because I don't want to damage it. So the Impusa is kind of like the live blade that I have to rip on if I want to flip really well. And I can't really do that with the Impusa. Not to say the Impusa is a bad flipper by any means, but the Impusa definitely rewards a more slow and controlled flipping style, whereas I like to go a little fast and kind of keep it loose and all this. So I guess that's to say the Impusa is more like, it's like a heavier, someone described it as like a tankier feeling flipping experience, and I totally agree. I wouldn't call it the most light, agile thing in the world. But I still love the Impusa. It's still one of my favorite Balisong's design, EDC, even flipping, like it still flips really good. But I have this extreme desire to own a live blade that flips really competitively good, which is why I'm interested in this mystery Grail. I mean, I'll just tell you guys, it's a Slift TV2. The Slift TV2 is just fucking incredible. But this has like the same kind of feeling to it where like I can rip on this with relative ease and have a lot of confidence with it. Except for scissors. Scissors still kind of scare me. But I can have like a pretty good amount of confidence on it and flip pretty fast, which I kind of can't do on the Impusa that often. Oh, this is addicting. Actually, this is really addicting. Okay, good work, Static. I don't really know what else I could say about this. It's just like, I think the long handles are helping a little bit with the weight distribution of the handles. Flipping the Impusa, this definitely feels noticeably more handle biased. Not even handle biased, it just has more weight in the handles, and the handles carry a lot more momentum. Probably because of this incredibly long area where it's just solid aluminum. Whereas most Balisongs, they have that, but it's very, like, very small. If we look at the size difference, it's like, we're looking at almost probably double the area of just solid metal in the handles. Unless that's hollow, but I'm not sure. So the handles carry a ton of momentum to them, which is probably why it can 0G so well. Because it is just carrying so much momentum. But it feels really, really good. Okay, yeah, I don't really know too much else that I can say. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep flipping this thing till the sun goes down and recording. And I don't really want to make another 20-minute unboxing video. So thank you all for watching. Thank you again to Static for sending this to me. Do have to send it back in like a week, but that's okay. I'll be buying one in the future. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.